My mother and I just had a disagreement about where I used to work, and I was a member, and my mother wants to continue going there to play bingo and dinings and travels, socials, and I don't really want to go there during bingo, especially when celebrity stalker Bill Beckett there. I don't want to be there, and I'm not wanted work wise and much of anything else. So I was like, you know what? If I don't have to be there, I don't have to be there. I don't want to play bingo there. I don't want to just sit around and do nothing. And when he comes back, does he come back? I don't want to be bothered anymore. I don't want to know him. I want to know that I'm safe, and I'm not going to be spoken to those way from them, him more. I just don't want it. They don't want me to work there. They don't want me to be a mall walker there. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. Even if I get asked back, I don't want to do it. This is the last year. And does my mom keep wanting to go there? I don't want to be her MSP there during trans hub rights. I told my mom to try and get somebody else. There's no other next of kin to do it. It's just me. So I'm good, but I should be able to, should, can, could, may, must, and need elsewhere to wait. That's not there. I mean, I just wait somewhere else. I just don't go there during bingo. And travel when he's on those travels, casinos and or wherever. I don't want to be anywhere near him. And I don't want him anywhere near us. And other ones, like Maddens and Taylors and Sabos. Don't want anything to do with those other people. Thompsons and other Bellises. All those other people. And that's why I'm public more than I wanted to be, because my mother, my parent, that other person, the Bellis, showed and told all those other people and others, and all how, when, where, why, how, and what, and why we were there, where, when, did, happened, and all financially, and all financial. She just went on and on and on, and she lied about my father, slandered, defamation, lied about my parents, Bellis's, and my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and all pets, all fur babies, Bellis's, and myself, a Bellis, Avril, and one and more others. 1984 and earlier, later since, 1984 and earlier employments, family status, home, residential, educations, employments, etc. 1984 and later, family status, educations, employments, hobbies, careers. And all my relationships. And now my mom abused by more than one of those, all those other people. Um, how they've tried to interfere in her and my father, my family status, relationships with each other. 1984, you know, earlier happened, since, later, especially those two other places, and residential and financial. It's really awful. Today's really not a good day. My mom gets like that sometimes. She doesn't understand the words no and stop. She gets that way. She has special needs. My mother, she has special needs, and they get that way sometimes. But my mother gets loud and all wrong and all purposefully and unpurposeful and just doesn't understand and just gets angry and doesn't remember and it's tiring. And then some neighbors might be calling others. They might be crank calling, harassing security, the condominium corporation, and the police because they have nothing greater, nothing better to do. And do they come to my front door, those neighbors? I will call security and call police and have them removed because it's none of their business. I mean, my mother alleged earlier she can see enough, then why do I have to sit beside her and keep an eye on her playing? I shouldn't have to be there if I don't want to. I mean, apparently, I can't stop her going. She'll just get angrier and angrier. That my mother. I mean, eventually the truth will all come out. All my mom phone calls, all my mom text messages, all my mom faxes, all my mom emails, all my mom virtual, all my mom social media, all my mom did on websites, all my mom did networking online, all that stuff my mom did. And did I say mail? Correspondence and everything my mom did. For my mom. And about, and to, and about my parents, Bellis's, and my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and all pets, all fur babies, Bellis's, and myself, Avril, at Bellis, and others, all of them, all. You know, everybody shows and tells. All that, all those, everything, everything went public. I mean, my parents, Bellis's, my parents' parents, my parents' parents' parents, all pets, all fur babies, Bellis's, and myself, Avril, a Bellis, should, can, could, may, must, need privacy, at least residential, you know? And safety and happiness. I should be able to enjoy home. It doesn't matter where I go. She's always, it's not good, you know? It's not my fault. I just wanted to have a home with my family. Evidence. That's all it is evidence. That's all I wanted to show and have a bit of fun. And a bit of an income too, but also most of it was to show evidence that my parents, Bellis's, and my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and all pets for babies, Bellis's, and myself, Avril, the Bellis, victims, and all how happened, the victimizations, that I'm not guilty, and who aren't guilty, and who were guilty, who are guilty, you know? My mom got worse since my dad died. 1984. Her memories, her stories, and how she tries to bring them out as to being real instead of the real lives that we lived. Her storytelling. She makes up stories. And then some people showed up saying, "Oh, I think I knew your father from work." And then they start talking, and then my mom paused, and it doesn't match. And then my mom, and they showed and told. And all house my mom tried to say, she just gets so angry. And I keep trying to show and tell her, like many other people, it's real. Media is real. All that media, all that websites, all that networking online, all that virtual, all that social media, all of it real. And it's not just your daughter. Your daughter didn't cause it all. That came later. It was them. And you wanted it and you brought it home more than anybody else. I mean, you can go check it out yourself. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and anywhere else published. 1389 Cawthra Road, Mississauga Senior Citizen Center, Square One Shopping Center, Square One Older Adult Center, and Central Parkway Mall, and Active Adult Center of Mississauga. And on Facebook and on Instagram, did I mention those places? Yes, I did. Therefore, you should just go check it out. I'm not lying. My mom has been published by those companies and Rockwood Mall, somehow or other. I'm not the only one. I just do it later as proof, evidence. Especially when other people start stalking us on and off those uh, forums, platforms, media, whatever, and won't leave us alone and try to show and told that we celebrities were the causes and did instead of themselves. And some of them reached out to my mom and made my mom's illnesses, disabilities, special needs, symptoms, and behaviors worse. I mean, it's so awful. I don't even want to know other people. They're alleged Bellis, my uncles, my aunts, my cousins. I don't want to know anything. Most of my aunts and uncles they're around my mom's age and or younger. I don't know if any of them are even alive now. I didn't keep in touch very with my dead side of my family, my dead dad side of my family. I didn't keep in touch very for more than 30 years. I didn't. I was busy. I didn't care to try. Tried. Sometimes they would send Christmas cards to us and stuff, but got to the point where I just don't want to keep in touch with them anymore. I don't reach out to them of any kind. Social media. Um, when I find out that they're up in on my stuff, even just a little bit, even if it was TikTok or anywhere, even this social media, I tried to reset my privacy settings to hide my social media from them. And then I tried to block them because I really truly don't want to know them. Since they've done all that social media and stuff. Many other people too. I don't want to know. Being religious and a celebrity is very lonely sometimes. very self-isolating. And also those other people, they purposefully, all purposeful, all wrong, and as they isolated themselves from me and my family. My mother is the only one that reached out very. And that's another reason why I don't want to go back to the Active Out Center in Mississauga and 138 Cawthron Road. The staff there, those other people, staff, they tried to show and told that it was all my fault. And it's not all my fault. They just have to open up their eyes and ears. And if they can't see it, it's their own faults. They can't keep lying. And I'm not going to keep spending money on it and hiring lawyers to defend myself when there's enough securities cameras on, images, live, real time, and recorded, and all other witnesses. That wasn't me. We didn't do anything. It's just my mom always wants to go there. And other people reached out to them. And all purposefully, purposeful and all wrong. Showed and told about and to and about me there. And elsewhere. Be it in person and or by mail or emails, phone calls, all of her house. All of it. I just really wanted to have a nice little bungalow, nice garden, like I mentioned before. Whatever was established there, established. And my touches too. I just want nice evergreen, maybe a boxwood or rosewood or some kind of bush, rose bush, whatever. And then on the other side, I don't know, something or other. Just a nice little touch. I like pine cones. And I would just like to have, you know, and not too, and just lots of privacy, you know. I could have gone out to my back garden on my table and just did that stuff when I wasn't working. And maybe somewhere in a pot, some snapdragons, marigolds. That's all I ever wanted. Not a vegetable garden. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want any of that to do with that. It's too much. I just wanted just a little, you know. This city would never let me have it. The world doesn't understand that. She's always wanted to move around. She always does stuff during her special needs symptoms and behaviors, her disabilities. And it just, she can't use stairs. She's a falls risk. And what we ended up with, we always had stairs. But nowadays, I don't think I have a bungalow to be enough safety. Doors and windows, because she doesn't understand boundaries very as often as she used to. Even during the alleged, what was it, pandemic or whatever, COVID-19, SARS, my mom didn't understand that she had to stay home a lot during it all. That was an effort sometimes. My mom used to want to go out. She was very hyperactive. Instead of using a wheelchair, whatever, special needs rides. Like I said before, I love exercising. It's a hobby, something I like to do lots of. I'm not hyperactive. I just don't have the equipment at home. I don't have treadmills. And I really would. I've looked at some. I've considered buying. We've considered buying, and just not yet. Treadmill. I like to lift weights. Walking. And yeah, so that's pretty much how my day's been so far. Trying to calm my mom down, avoid my neighbors harassing me more, stalking us more, harassing us more, harassing police, Craig calling, etc., security guards, etc., condominium. I mean, everything that my dead father, established in 1984 and earlier, that's all gone. My mom has gotten rid of all that. If there's anything left, I don't know about it. We had a nice house in Woodbridge, Vaughn, 67 Arrowhead Drive. We didn't get to keep that. And since then, everything's just been downhill. We moved to a condo, which my mother totally fucked up. 16 Maple Branch Path. That was a really cute little townhouse. It wasn't that little. I had lots of stairs. Then we moved to 3635 Fieldgate Drive. Had less stairs. Then my mom got worse, and we needed less stairs, but we couldn't find an apartment that allowed pets, fur babies. And I wasn't going to give up my pets, fur babies. We were not giving up our pets, fur babies. So we moved into a condo that has stairs. That didn't last long. Then we tried to move to a house. That didn't last long. That had stairs. And then my mother's health deteriorated somewhat. And some other people caused all that and tried to spread it to all of us. My parents' parents, and us, and everybody. Uh, wrong, all purposeful, all wrong, accused and alleged we did, and instead it was them. And again, downsizing once more. We tried to we moved to a condo, medium, once more. There was a few of those other people that would not stay away. They kept bothering and harassing us, and they continued all the way until 2010, and it continued on and on. They just would not leave us alone. And some of them even, one of them kept bothering us, and my mom didn't want to stay away, and they didn't want to stay away all the more, and it was just awful. Got new phone numbers and everything, and my mom they just keep coming and coming. They just kept coming and coming. It was awful. And I know some of them have been on my social media. They just kept coming. And I went there, those two other places. I mean, it's public. I know that. Although it was supposed to be sort of a semi-private conglomerate, and it was memberships, and I mean, I'm not a stupid person. I'm not naive that those house. I mean, administration and all that office work. A company cannot let in that. They cannot do that. So they did, and that's what they are. And my mom likes them, apparently. obviously earlier vlogged. My mom still wants to go there and be friends and socializes with them and let's. I mean, she never. She doesn't even remember I worked and where, and it's just. And other people try to make it a reality. My mom doesn't know that they're stalkers. And someday, sometime or other, all my mom's symptoms and behaviors, illnesses have to get seen and heard and published and everything. I don't know what it is, whether it's Alzheimer's, dementia, senile, schizophrenia, senility, schizophrenia. What is it? It's something. I know my mom alleged had cataracts, had AMD, aging macular. It's more than that. And it's not me. And all they have to give her. I keep trying to get my mom health cares. It's not fucking arthritis and any of that. Is my mom and I needed health cares, and the doctors that didn't want to give it, those doctors, they're the ones. They should have been. I don't know. Well, I want to fire. And my mom can't remember. It needs health cares. My mom doesn't need to be foggy headed and lack memories, be dirty and grotesque, ugly. Other people. My mom should have been a healthier widow. Enjoying her senior years. We should have been traveling, going on vacations and everything. And we're staying home with my, and having family status time together and, keeping things quieter and privater, you know. Gets a hold of somebody and some phone calls and she goes, oh no, she'll even talk to dial tones. She'll actually talk to dial tones if someone's hung up on her. When somebody's hung up on her, she actually talks to the dial tone. She doesn't even realize that they've hung up on her. And she expects them to still continue hearing her. And when it's a voicemail, she'll talk to the voicemail as if it's a real ongoing phone call. I mean, it's not me that's given the active out center, Mississauga, and 1389 Cawthra Road, and Square One Eldorado Center, Mississauga, and that other place earlier. Negative publicity and negative comments online. It's not. It's my mom. I want to just stay away and have nothing to do with them. And they don't have to suspend and expel me. I'm doing it voluntarily. I don't want anything to do with them. They're so paranoid, aggressive, and agitated about me. And when or more there, why would I want to spend any time and money there more? I really don't want to. I mean, I'd rather worked more with animals. I would have rather done more elsewhere. I mean, when all those 3 centers, even the malls close, who cares? I don't. And I don't care about names, addresses, and phone numbers, residential and elsewhere. I don't care. I really don't care. Because fur babies don't care too. We really just don't care. It's my mom. She's the one that keeps communicating with them all. It's not me. I mean, this Christmas, am I not there? I'm not giving them any Christmas cards. I don't care about the mall walkers. They're not going to hear from me ever again. I don't care what home addresses I had. I'm not going to send them an email. I don't care. I really, truly don't care. Keep in touch with any of them. I mean, sure, we had a nice little circle of friends. At least I thought acquaintances, friends we used to socialize with, sure. But I should, could, may, must need could did and do that outside of those three other places. We did before. I don't see why that should be any different. I mean, we even celebrated my 55th birthday in the Active Out Center in Mississauga. Well, I won't be doing that this 56th birthday, that's for sure. I've had myself arranged. We were going to do some stuff this year, but I think I'll just cancel. We could just credit. She could put it towards, I suppose, her new membership. My hands are up. Probably out looking for donations or whatever. Money. Instead of showing and telling the truth, showed and told the truth. Evidence, proof, all of it. Oh. 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 Oh, if anybody was willing to help me, I wish somebody would show and tell me somewhere. Real estates, or anywhere else other than here, that, allows animals, pets, for babies. I really want to downsize once more and get the hell out of this fucking god awful neighborhood. Sometimes I wish, and I know wishes don't come true like the one I'm gonna wish. We never moved out of 16 Maple Ridge, but the location was best ever compared to where we are now. They allowed pets for babies. It's just too many stairs. And some of the neighbors were not all that good, but then I was younger myself. I used to date, etc. I worked from there. And since we moved into this village city, my work hours got less and less. And I have the scars to prove it. And it wasn't just one surgery that saved my life, it was more than one. So anyone shows and tells that scar is fading and anything, it's not. It's a deep wound that happened when I had that accident. And actually, since then, as I said before, it's one of the reasons why I don't like sharp objects. I don't even like to use a knife to even butter something, and I don't like to use a sharp knife to cut. I have these other kind of knives now that are, and I like using those. Like this one. And I'm cooking. And I'm cooking. And we're serving. such as russet potatoes, sweet potatoes, cauliflower, broccoli, chicken. I don't eat a lot of chicken anymore like that. I don't even put chicken in my cooked rice. I don't do those things anymore. I just started to help my mom eat better foods, although she doesn't really, you know, like tonight's dinner I want to make, which I'm going to do. Well, this, I'm going to make some scalloped potatoes shortly. And on my portion of scalloped potatoes, I'm going to put some not broccoli, cauliflower. Raw cauliflower cook. Hopefully some of the sauce. First I'll boil for probably 10 or 15 minutes. Soften the cauliflower a bit. Does my mother come out there to eat with me? I don't know. I don't know. She just had a bacon and tomato sandwich earlier. Something, at least she's now eating bacon with tomato. She's got something. I've offered her lettuce, but at least she's eating tomato. That's something she started to do more. I don't know why she eats that whole like a lot, but then I try to get her ham. I try to get her cheese so she can have those sandwiches. So I'm always having bacon. She has lots of bacon. I don't eat bacon. I don't eat ham. Barely even eat cheeses. I eat plant-based most often. And I do have a bit of a headache, and I know it's nuts or sugar substitutes dry powder sweeteners. Anybody paid attention today? No, yeah, my mom. Verbally, etc. isn't it weird how some stalkers see and hear celebrities on social media and virtual, etc., and try to delusion themselves they obsessed and or without compulsive, try to make everything and anything that real estates and financings, etc., all not real, and they try to really make that and try to continue harassing and all that stuff celebrities instead of letting the celebrities enjoy their privacy and careers, hobbies, socials, relationships. I mean, not all celebrities are all rich and famous. They're not all rich. Although I've tried to be several times over. Even my mom can't remember. And that's something that my mom does not want to remember or admit to, that I've ever had an income sometimes. Her special needs, her disabilities get way out of control. And she, you know, and all of the other people with the same illnesses and or same symptoms and behaviors try to. And it's just, I'm hopeful in my lifetime to get it all back, including my father's death certificates, parents' marriage certificate, his parents, my father, my parents' marriage, all the stuff that my mom, while having all those symptoms, behaviors, special needs, and disabilities, just gave away. And or we were robbed. Other people. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's get on with. Do you want to see my dinner tonight? I'm gonna make dinner. It's a shitty Sunday. Oh, and I haven't even done my tarot card reading. And oh, he's not there. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Hello. My emotional support for a baby pet. Yeah. Oh, you're purring. Come help me make dinner, eh? Come help Mommy Avril make dinner, ready, Noah? Come on. Help Mommy. I'm making vegetarian for myself. I like that. I do love you. You're the best ever. You're the love of my life. Yeah, you are. You're one of them, eh? Most definitely. I love you. Come. You coming? Come. It's not coffee, although it's caffeine. It's tea. Sometimes it's better to talk, show and tell this house instead of reaching out, like I said before. I don't reach out to those other people. It's really weird. And there's two other families that stand out. I'm coming out. Yes, I am, even though I'm wearing this outfit. Nixdorf's, Nixdorf, surnamed Nixdorf and surnamed Reed. Ivy Reed and Glenda Nixdorf. My mom and them used to keep in touch. I don't even remember who they are very. I don't keep in touch with them very. There was an Amberlyn Reed online a while. Social media, and there was some other Reed, Elizabeth or somebody or other, at the center. Centers, one of the centers, blood centers. Centers. Hello, are you okay? Why are you crying? Amy, what happened? I just had a meltdown. My mom, she wants to go play more bingo and where, and do more traveling, where more dinings and where more travel, where I don't know about travel. Maybe not travel. I don't know. You know, I used to have a very good memory, better than my mom memory. I used to have a good memory. I think it's god awful and beyond awful how so many other people try to made us, my family, my parents, Bellis, myself, and pets off our babies forgot. Before, during, later, and since July 27, 2024. I mean, where I used to live, it's a complex, right? And well, it's not the front door, it's the other door. I walk by often. Well, I used to anyway, sometimes. And some other people, they didn't like us there already, and they've decided not to like us more, and it's just awful. It's just awful. I mean, I'm one of the myself and Pets Fur Babies are like the best neighbors. You ever want good neighbors? We're it, you know. And when my mom symptoms and behavior, special needs, disabilities are medicated, etc. And my mom is okay. Good neighbor too. It's just a matter of I don't understand half of it all. Hi, why are you crying? Oh, I just mentioned. It's been a long day. My mom and I didn't agree on some things. My mom got loud and could hear very, and when she did hear loud, and then I was like, stop, nobody cares to hear it outside. Why do you have to involve everybody? Why can't we keep it private? And she's like, I don't want to be on your stuff when you're at work or doing hobbies. And I'm like, well, then there's why speak? Why make sounds? Why bother me? I mean, you know, I'm going to do stuff. Men. Yeah, men. They're always at the root of it, aren't they? Almost every man I've ever met has done something or other. And or has met me. All of them. I mean, when my dad was alive, living, he was like my whole life. I mean, he had a life outside of my world, but he was my whole life. Other people tried to show it and told differently, but he was my whole life. He worked for the railway. It was just, you know, we had this, we had that. We lived a middle class lifestyle. It was really kind of cozy and cute. It was really cozy and cute. And then, typical man left. Although he didn't have much in the way of choice. God wanted, God took. My dad died. Dad dead. World changed. His father went away. Same, you know, dad died. And I was like, oh, I want the single life. Single's better because then human men cannot leave me. I could be happier. Pets, I began to adjust to, you know, life and death more. And I wanted to enjoy the single life. I don't want to have anything to do with most anybody that I've ever gone to schools with before I graduate from any schools. I really truly don't want to have anything to do with them. They're not my friends, they're not my acquaintances, they were just peers. You know the word peer? Peer. I don't need to know them. I don't want to even know them as neighbors or anything. I don't care. I can walk by people, not care. I won't look them up. I don't want to know. I don't even want to help my mom get a mailing address and help have, yeah, I mean, she could look them up herself. She needs a postal code. I'm not doing anything. I don't want to do any of it. I don't want to know anybody. And sometimes I wonder, you know, oh, you may have met such as I still don't believe it's real, but then what the hell do I know? I get showed and told that. Oh, It's all your fault. And I'm like, it's not all my fault. Go on my Facebook page. You can see it yourselves. If you're ever in my neighborhoods, you would be like scratching your head trying to figure it all out. My cat's a boy. My pussy is a man cat. He's very unique. He's my emotional support. More than anybody and anything else, he's my emotional support. He purrs, etc. Gives me all that emotional support. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. Oh, that's okay. Oh. Did you ever see the TV show Bewitched? It's one of my least favorite. Tabitha. Tabitha before the age of, well, she was a media band, I'd say. I don't ever, I've seen it online, some of, and I'm like, what the hell? And I was like, oh no. Oh wow. Well, that media band. That's gonna happen again once more. Media banning it from here. How is your day go? Better and better. Better. Very better. Oh. I'll come back later when I finish and or during making my tea and that other person living with me and Pets for Babies dinner. Uh, I just saw the time and time's very on. I'm hungry. I didn't even have time to have my soup, mushroom soup or tomato, whatever soup, basil and oregano, whatever soup. I don't have time, so it's just gonna be some dinner. And my Alvin isn't doing very good health-wise. I don't know what happened, but struggling. Some other people might throw out their aloe vera plant as. I'm just hanging in there. I'm hopeful that one day my aloe vera Alvin will just pop up and just pop and just up again. You're not going out, you know that, right?
Yeah, put it at dress.
Why?
Well, okay, I won't get dressed.
Do you know what time it is?
No. I don't know the time.
It's 4:45 p.m. Oh.